Being in Israel to receive the inaugural Genesis Prize is something I'll always cherish. And now I'm honored to pass the torch to actor, filmmaker, humanitarian, and my friend, Michael Douglas. Michael personifies the values and goals of the Genesis Prize, not only with his work in film, but through his efforts to promote peace and healing worldwide.
Since before he knew the phrase Tikkun Olam, its spirit has been an inspiration for Michael Douglas. Influenced by his actress mother Diana and his movie star father Kirk, Michael saw at a very young age that the world was in need of betterment and that he could and should have a role to play in its improvement. That belief and Michael's lifelong passion for this very Jewish idea was passed on to him from a man whose values were forged in an Orthodox Jewish upbringing.
I think we get our core values from our family, from our parents. And in his case, I think he had 4 incredible people raising him.
My mother liked him. You know what I'm saying? My father liked him. See, there's a genuine person over there, brought up right. And he was.
Even as Michael set out to carve his own path in film, he insisted on making movies that would raise awareness about important social issues. And while most actors must wait for opportunities to come their way, Michael grabbed the reins as a producer too, enabling him to create some of the most important films in history.
All right, here they come, Queen to the Chesser.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest brought to light troubling aspects of the American mental health care system.
When I saw Michael for the first time, my heart sank. I panicked. This kid. I prepared myself for the worst, and I got the best.
Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake, crazy or something?
Michael had a great work ethic. If you take on the job of making a movie, you better be there in your head 24/7.
He always thinks about the bigger picture. He always thinks about how to use the gift of his acting, of his producing, and of his fame to make the world a better place.
The China Syndrome warned about the potential dangers of nuclear power.
This is Jack Goodell. We have a serious condition. You get everybody into safety areas and make sure that they stay there.
And proved profoundly relevant as it was released a mere 12 days before the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident.
Almost from the beginning of the trouble at 3 Mile Island Wednesday, officials were saying it was not a China Syndrome situation, referring to a new movie about catastrophe at an atomic power plant.
Routine, huh?
The American president confronted the need for stronger environmental policies years ahead of its time.
20% reduction in fossil fuel emissions.
Talk to the GDC again, AJ. Tell them the president resents the implication he's turned his back on the environment. Tell them I'll send 455 to the floor, but I'm going to ask for a 10% reduction.
Wall Street took on America's financial system, challenging the audience with both an assertion of its benefits and an exploration of its darker tendencies.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Traffic created searing and sophisticated portraits of the damages wrought by both illegal drugs and by the systems built to confront them.
There is a war on drugs, and many of our family members are the enemy. And I don't know how you wage war on your own family.
Success in film brought Michael fame, but it's how someone uses fame that reveals their true character. Even with all his accomplishments, Michael's hunger to help the world never ceased. And so he leveraged his celebrity into a decades-long dedication to humanitarian work, which continues to this day.
The truth of Michael Douglas is that he is a concerned, involved citizen. You know, he does know the issues. He is civically engaged.
Michael has worked tirelessly to stop the spread of both nuclear arms and small armaments around the world, including being a UN messenger of peace.
Whether he speaks to world leaders or the public, Michael Douglas is a true humanitarian.
Michael's been deeply involved in the issue of nuclear disarmament for over 40 years. He's trying to stop Iran from getting a nuclear bomb, stop terrorists from getting a nuclear bomb, make sure that nobody who has a nuclear weapon ever uses it. To do that, you got to have the kind of persistence and vision and drive that Michael has. You want to change the world, you got to be motivated like Michael Douglas.
He has built systems to save child soldiers from war and return them to their families.
And prove that Michael makes a difference and brings hope to the hopeless. Michael, I have traveled far to be here for you because you have been here for me.
He has empowered women in Niger with health and literacy education and with entrepreneurial training and investment. He is deeply committed to supporting the work of the Motion Picture and Television Fund's care for the elderly and others in need, including focusing on Harry's Haven, a home for people with Alzheimer's and dementia that was named after his grandfather. He has inspired tens of thousands of young people at his alma mater, UC Santa Barbara.
Michael's support of the humanities and arts have provided experiences for our students that they would not have otherwise.
And his charitable gifts fund cancer research, fight and treat paralysis, and prevent gun violence around the world. Throughout his remarkable journey, Michael Douglas has lived values that are core to Judaism. It was his father who first showed Michael the importance of giving back. And it was, once again, through his family that Michael cemented his conscious tie to the Jewish people.
I went to Israel and I found something really spiritual, and I would love to be part of the religion because I love the religion.
I believe, God or not, religion is a way, since like the beginning of time, it's a way of community, a way of bringing people together, and a sense of community, a family.
When both his son Dylan and his father became B'nai Mitzvah, Michael was deeply moved and inspired.
I'm so proud of my son, Michael. I don't really tell him that very often.
Whenever you talk to Michael, you have a sense that he is proud to be a Jew, that this is something that defines who he is, and that he cares about the values of Judaism.
As a person, artist, and humanitarian, Michael is proud to add his humble efforts to Judaism's thousands of years of Tikkun Olam, and to continue to learn the many lessons the world's Jews have to teach about building a better, more just world to come.